Good day, everybody. It's Max, and welcome back to Satisfactory 1.0. You betcha, and it is the final day of FICSMAS. Holy smokes! And of course, we're gonna do a little bit of FICSMAS wrap up. Take one last look at the working factory before it starts to shut down for the rest of the year. And at the same time, wow! Actually, I'm getting a lot of drop frames at the moment. I notice. I'll have to actually look into that. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's dropped about 20% of the frames. So let me know if that becomes a really big issue here, because I shouldn't have that amount of drop frames. But ever since I've moved, of course, you know, things are always different everywhere as you go. So I might have to be something I look into. Anyway, nevertheless, before I get started, big thanks to recent subscribers. Those are names going at the bottom of the screen. And of course, to all those in live chat and watching later on. I appreciate that very, very much. You bet. So let's switch the screen, because we do got a little bit to do today. I'd like to try and get some Craterium wire up and running, and we'll go have a look at the FICSMAS factory one more time before ending the series, before ending FICSMAS off for the next year. You bet. So let's click that button. There it is. But there you go. Hit that button too. Yay! It's snowing. It is one of the final days of snow here in in Satisfactory. We are over here at the Space Elevator Factory, and of course we got a lot of machines going on, but we're going to put even more in, and of course that's because we need more stuff. We always need more. More is good. I did do a little bit of work off screen. Over here, I've added a little bit of concrete. So we're going to do some wet concrete here, and we'll have that shuffle around to where we need it soon enough. We have to try. I actually got to do a little bit of finishing work on this build, so we may actually do that here shortly. Turns out we need a little concrete for the final part in Phase 3. Which is the rolly ball up there. Yeah, names, people. Don't give me a hard time on it. Mr. Rolly Ball, of course, we have the 2500 frames and the 500 advanced motors. But now we need the rolly ball, and we need some parts for that, it turns out. You don't get that stuff for free, people. No, sir. So, we'll have to, we're going to have a look at that. And I'm gonna push this thing here because I need things. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. So, Craterium wire. Where's that on my list of things to build this week? Okay. It is somewhere. I need 66 machine. I need 66 assemblers of that. Wow. Sure. No. Yes. But we also need 40 refineries. Wow, that's pretty harsh. Okay, so 40 refineries it is, and then 60 crazy. Holy smokes, I may have to retire after this one. So yeah, yeah, come off of that there, big guy. So that's copper sheets down there that we have. This is all copper ingots for copper wire. Are we going to put the Craterium stuff at the front? I guess so, because, I mean, that's kind of what that corner could be. I wonder what the ratio is. All right, well, let's get off the crazy mountain, because we got work to do today, people. Where's the car at? It's over this way. Well, then let's try and fly that way, shall we? Okay. Can we take one of those, please, and have a look at it? All right, cool. What do we got here? Pure iron ingots. You will do 12. Really? Like, did somebody just come up with that number today and say, you know what? 12's the number. Okay. Sure. Okay. 12. 12 a minute. Right. And how many of those do I need a minute? Oh man, I need 486. Wow. Okay, well, I guess 10, 20, 30, 40. 4 rows. Doesn't even do a full belt. It'd be 486. Okay, fine, whatever. So, 4 rows of 10. Let's rock and roll. We'll take the car down this way, clean a few things up, and get ready to make some stuff. So yeah, this will probably be my final stream of the year as I move on to 2025. And now, I don't want to say this year was a tough year. I mean, it was. Don't get me wrong. It was definitely a tough year. That being said, though, I want to say that it was a tough year because of just circumstance, right? I probably should have checked that to see what I was doing here, but whatever I was doing, it probably wasn't that important. There we go. So let's see if we can't measure these out. This is kind of our drive down through this way. This will be the probably the main. This might be the main conveyor belt if we're using that. Yeah, because it looks like I'm getting ready to. Looks like I had a plan here at one time to start pulling on this line here to bring over here. That might make some sense. So if that's the case, if this is going to be the main line and the main line, this can be the main road going that way, which means this corner right here should be where we start a bunch of things. Refinery, let's go. Sure. 1020. Let's see about what it takes for water for these things. That's probably a good idea. Come on, give me a nice little corner here. Give me a corner bead. Really? Listen, really? You just don't want. Okay. You want to give it to me there? Fine. Let me get this setting back up here so we can have a look at the numbers. Okay. So if I have 2 Craterium, that's 240 water a minute. Of course, the math isn't going to work out nice for that. Anyway, whatever. We'll work with it. So how much room do you want here, big guy? Well, if we take it straight down the middle, something like that, I guess, and then we flip-flop you around this way. Yeah, except that's not where I want you. Yeah, that's exactly where I want you. Yeah, so that should do it for that. So let's get 40 of these in. Now, we should try not to slam these all down at once. One thing about our portal containers is, you know, they do take a little time to fill up, right? Okay, so that's 5. And, oh, man, that was a bad placement, wasn't it? Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That actually kind of works out really good because this here is the other main road that we would have coming down here. So I'm kind of okay with this 4x10 configuration. I will make this work, people. I will make this work. Sure, he says. So let's make it work this way. Okay, and then so far so good. I lost the count. I think this is 10 here, right? Oh, no, it's going to be 2 more. So that's 9. There's 10. All right. So far so good. So you're going to want, well, you're going to want 400. You guys are going to want 480, right? Yeah, so 10 is 240. So that's going to be 480. You're going to need like double pipes here, dude, and probably double lines. What is it that what is it? Well, okay, one line may actually pull this off. Mark 4, 480. So it turns out one Craterium, full Craterium line will do this one thing. It will not do it for the water though. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to do 2 water pipes and then halfway down do a slam. All right, well that actually works out all right. I'm okay with the math on this. And you're just giving me ingots out the other end, right? Yes. So we can do. Okay, you're gonna give this to me nice and clean, like. Okay, let's see where that put that. Yeah. All right. I'm kind of okay with that. There we go. Okay. 20 more coming up. Let's rock. There we go. Thanks, Left Hand. I'm just trying to make sure that Mr. Left Hand here has figured out the alignment for this run. There we go. Okay, are we good? We are good. So we'll run down the other side. Did I just put them all in backwards? Gosh darn it. Yes, you just did. Fine. I didn't want these ones anyway. Try again. You're a bum. Okay, so I did get this one in right. You're in wrong? Or did I get that all backwards? All right, so there's... No, you were... Darn it. Yeah, give me that. Flip. Yeah, you go in here. Stop it. Yeah, just work with me here. All right, there it is. Ashley is a maniac. Are you entertained? I appreciate the sub. Thank you very much. Okay, now we gotta turn this around the right way. There we go. Nice. Okay, so back to the original program, which is put some of these in. Jamie, Merry post Xmas FICSMAS Max. You betcha. I hope it's all good in the neighborhood, Jamie. You know how it is. And I hope FICSMAS was really good for you and the newish addition to the family, because that's an important thing. And may not remember it in the early years, but I mean it's always important nevertheless. Yeah, just trying to recover from the crazy bronchitis thing that I had going on. I mean, this has been a pretty wild year, and yeah, we're gonna make 2025 hopefully a lot crazy. Well, a lot better and less crazy than 2024 did, because that was crazy. Now I knew moving was going to be a chore, right? Moving is never easy. There's nothing easy about moving, right? Selling a house, buying a house. I did not expect the whole thing to go like super easy or anything like that. But I will admit there were multiple extra challenges in the process, which at the end of the day, I got to admit, really turned me off on moving. Just really badly. There were 2 or 3 gotchas with the previous house, and that's fine. All houses, I mean, they're like anything else. People just kind of, move in and forget it. But there's a lot to be done with a house and maintenance and stuff. And I knew what those are, and I had fixed all those. And then there was like a few extra surprises just for fun. But the other problem, of course, was the obtaining of a house. Of course, that all went sideways, right? Because, for months I had been planning on moving to a particular location, and I was very excited about that. And then suddenly that all fell apart, which is really unfortunate. But anyway, nevertheless, I mean, things happen. It stuff happens from time to time. It just made the whole process a lot messier. And hopefully, the next year coming up, it will be less messy. Well, I am now moved into my new house. We've got a lot of things set up. Like I said, I see that the internet connection today stinks. I shouldn't be having that much problem. But I will make a few phone calls on that after the holiday, and we will rectify that. That's for sure. Because I pay for the best internet, period. Like, I expect the upload to be like no problem. And so I shouldn't see the stresses that I'm seeing here at the moment. But we'll, just check here with, we'll go to stream health. Well, it says the stream health is excellent from YouTube's point of view. Okay, well, I'm glad you think so there, Mr. YouTube. As long as YouTube is happy, I guess. But I don't like the numbers I'm seeing here with OBS. So maybe it's something I'll investigate later. All right, so Craterium. Here's our 40 machines that are going to handle that. Then we will take that. Where we're going to take that? Well, we're going to take it over here, I guess. All right, let's chop down a few extra trees that are sticking in the way here. Sure. Do you have the chainsaw on you? Don't know. That's a good question. Yes, you do. And look, you even have things to make it work. Awesome. There we go. Excuse me, you gotta go. Okay. We'll get rid of this one just in case. Nobody ever looks in the basement until you do. And then you realize all the ugliness that runs on underneath in the basement. We'll just clean up a few more trees here. I don't really need these trees out of the way right now, but I'm already down here. There we go. Really? You're not going to get rid of that one, huh? I'm pretty sure I don't have single trees turned on. Whatever. Where's my... Oh, where's the hole? There it is. We're fine. Everything's fine. All right, you can put that away. Oh, no, you don't need the boom box out. Don't worry about that. Oh, where's the thing? Oh, never mind. I just I'm assuming that was the noise of a thing. Wasn't sure if it was a summer sloop or what, but I'm assuming it's just the background music of things. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, dude, you got to get up here. All right, there we are. Nice. Okay, so with the trees cleaned up underneath, all right, so we're headed this way. We're going to take them 40 ingots, and we're going to have to shove them into 64? What's that? 64, 32, 16? Okay. Sure, he says. That sounds about right. So we're going to take them ingots out and shove them into 16, 32, 64. Well, let's first of all see if 16 is going to work for you. That's an awful lot of assemblers, dude. Like, it's pretty rich. Oh, I've got the tape deck playing. Okay. Do I want it there? Don't shoot it. Give me that. Okay. Yeah, I guess right about here somewhere is fine. 1, 2, 2.5. Come on, give me 2.5. Okay, let's try there. Yeah, that'll make it wide enough. All right, let's see what we got here. We got to turn that into wire. Right. Alternate fuse quick wire. 1:5 ratio. Yeah, I remember now. Right. Sure. This is fine, he says. Yeah, it's the copper ingots that are going to kill you, dude. Okay, you better have a look at this. Wow, I didn't realize this track was actually that good. Okay, cool. Let me see. Yeah, like rock and roll Christmas. All right. I'm doing pure ingots, and I'm doing fused quick wire. All right, so it's 1:5 is a 12. Holy smokes. Right. So the problem here is you are going to want 37.5 ingots. Let me grab my calculator here for a second. 480 divided by 37.5. 12.8. Oh, great. You guys and your numbers, holy smokes. Okay, so the most I can get out of a row is 13. So if you do 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. Really? Okay, so you could do 12, 24, you could do 25, 50. 13, 12, 13, 12. Oh, that's a terrible row setup. Now, what I'll do is I'll do 60 and then I'll overclock them to 64. That's what I'll do. I'll do it that way. Okay, so 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. So I need 5 rows. Because that's the only way you'll get enough ingots down these rows. It's holy smokes time. Okay. All right. That's a lot of ingots. So 12 it is. Okay. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And once, of course, I get enough of these down, 9, 11, and 12. And where's that put us? That actually puts us right about aligned with them. That's not too bad, actually. I'll actually take that for the win. Okay. So, how much room do you need out of that? 1, 2. Right. Because you're gonna need to give these guys some room, right? Right. Well, let's test that theory. So, we'll stick this on the front. That's you. We're going to stick this on the back. Okay. Okay, so that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. And then you're going to need one of these again. Okay, and then we're going to need one of these. Okay, something like that. Let's double check to make sure it's going to work for us. Yes, it's kind of tight and a little ugly, but it does work. That's fine. Just a second. Don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with Christmas tunes, but okay. How do I turn? Okay. How do I stop the boombox? Yeah. Listen. That's enough. Can we? Yeah, thank you. That'll do it. Don't get me wrong. It's not that. It's just I think I've heard enough Christmas for this season. I am fine. I am fine, people. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to move these out one more. Just to get them to line up more. Okay, first of all, I can't see the arrows. Sure, something like that. Okay, and then we back this off 1. Yeah, so that still works out good. We're okay. These can run together, and then this and that. Let's see what you got here. It's got to do 5 rows of this. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And this will be the merger. And then this will be you. Make sure you're going the right direction there, big guy. Right there. Okay, and then we need you again. 1, 2, 3. Why does that one look a little squishy? Yeah, it is squishy. Okay, you can come up 1 more for now. Okay, and we'll get this here. Get this one down here. Give me that. All right. So 1, 2, 3, because we're not being very squishy at the moment. We're actually trying to give them some room. Okay. So what do we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the final row. Come on, get in there. There we go. And we'll just set this up at the back end for good luck. Okay, so there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. All right, there we go. Okay, let's get some copy pasting going on in the whole thing, because we got to get a bunch of these down. So, boop, there we go. So yeah, of course, 20. Now with the move all done and everything is taken care of. Christmas is good, challenging, as we have some sleep challenges. Yeah, I'll bet you're still going through that. I hope that, I mean, that should improve really soon, and I hope it does for you, because, yeah, newborns, sleep challenges, that's crazy, right? We have to move out in a few months to do renovations. Yeah, dude, you know what? I'm going to feel your pain. I'm going to feel your pain. I'm going to feel your pain so much for that, man. Like, so much. Yep. I will feel the pain for you in the whole moving out and around thing. That's for sure, because it's crazy. You know, I always thought, like, you know, I always thought moving in my 20s or whatever, you know, moving in my 20s, you know, from one apartment to the next, it was like, yeah, whatever, right? No. Once you've had a house for like 25 years, and then you move, and you realize just how much stuff you've got kicking around, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard, because, like, for example, when I was in school for IT, right, one of the things I learned was Cobalt, right? Now, Cobalt is a very ancient language, and, you know, it's not like it's a very popularly convenient language around anymore. Now, why is that not lined up properly? What did I mess up here? Oh, darn it. What did I mess up? Let me have a look. Is your alignment bad? Or is your alignment bad? These all look weird. Yeah, they're all out. They're all out by 1. What am I doing here? Like, how did I do that? Okay. Oh, I see what I did. Never mind. Yeah, you're a goof. You were supposed to put these in the center of that, not to this. You know what? I don't think it's going to make any difference. Will it? Well, no. Well, it's a minor difference. It's not going to hurt it, though. You know what? I'm going to leave it just fine. It's fine. It's fine. No one's ever going to notice that most of the time anyway. So, yeah. Yeah. So, of course, I have this whole collection of Cobalt books, right? Now, you know, these books and being a base language, you know, these things take up a lot of room, right? And the boxes are really heavy to move. And I must admit, I found it very much a pain in the butt. Along with many other old, decrepit IT things that I have, to move it around. But I don't know. I still can't let go of them books, right? Like, I just can't see me throwing out that Cobalt books, you know? And not to say is like the apocalypse is going to happen anytime soon or anything like that, but at the same time, it might, and Cobalt could be back in fashion, right? You know, anyway, maybe I'm just, you know, and the thing is the real funny part here is this, you know, I'm semi-retired, okay? Like, what are the odds of me picking up a Cobalt book and needing the detailed information of it, you know, to actually go do some Cobalt work? Very little, I just want to point out. So I must admit, there are a few things that I still need to go through. I mean, I did a huge cleanup. I did this huge cleanup, and I mean, it was massively huge. had this massively huge cleanup before I even did the move, but I must admit, I still dragged way too much to the new house. I really did. I mean, there's got to be... well, we looked at it downstairs the other day, and there had to be like almost 75, 80 books down there. It was crazy. It was crazy. So, yeah, I mean, there were 75, 80 boxes. I mean, it was something crazy. Yeah, you have things that you can't get rid of either, right? And you've been hanging on them for 20 years, right? Like, I mean, that book, yeah, it's got to be like, it's over 3 decades old. You know? Well, I mean, there's a series of books. It's a 5-book series on Cobalt, right? Which, of course, most people are just listening to anybody who listens to this VOD or live stream later are going to be like, what the heck is that? That's right. It is. So I really should dump that stuff, right? I mean, I really should. You know, it's sad. It's really sad. But anyway, nevertheless, that's fine. Sure. So we have our 60 machines down. Let's get these copied so I don't have to worry about them later. So that's going to be alternate quick fused wiring, and we'll do some copying. So we got to copy these down around. So at least if I get the machines down, offline I can always work on the intricacy stuff, right? So like, you know, putting down all the belt work. Belt work is boring. I mean, let's be honest, people. Belt work is not fun. It's not fun to watch. It's not fun, period. Belt work, it stinks. So at least if I get the machines set up and laid out for the next build, then I can do the boring belt work stuff offline, and then, you know, I show up on the next stream and it's like, ta-da! That's how it works. Exactly. That's how we do it. So as I make my way down, pasting 60 machines. And again, this is one of the weaknesses of Satisfactory. If I made a machine and did the settings on it, and then I copy that machine, right? So like, you know, if I do this, so this is now set to QuickWire, I should now be able to copy this machine, put it down, and this should automatically be set to QuickWire. But it's not. And that's a big waste of time. Because, I mean, look at my mega base. There's like, what? Got to be like, what, 2,000 assemblers in that sucker alone that do like certain things, like steel and stuff. Like, it's just, you know, and all that done by hand. No wonder there's over 2,500 hours on that map. Because you spend 2,000 hours copying and pasting machines. It's crazy. All right. So I do admit, and I know I bring it up every once in a while, but I do say that this is one of Satisfactory's weaknesses. Yes, but even blueprinting, like for example, right? You make a blueprint. I don't think it keeps the settings saved, but I haven't made blueprints in 1.0 yet, just because blueprinting in general in Satisfactory is one of its weaknesses. So maybe I should be looking more harder into it. But that's fine. Whatever. I will suffer through this, and then we'll move on to the next one. All right, so that is all of them. There, see? We did all the suffering. The suffering is done. It looks a little weird that you built these all out by one row, but okay. Sure. Okay, so that's going to be our Craterium wire. That means I need to turn on most of them refineries over there that are going to get us the copper, because you're not going to get that much Craterium wire out of these babies. So what else do we need? I found an old Office CD from Windows 95 during the cleanup. I still have all kinds of like Office CDs. I have Windows 95 install CDs. I have Windows XP install CDs. I have Windows Vista, Windows 2000, Windows 2000 Server. I got all kinds of stuff here. I literally got to go through, and I got to make the sacrifice, right? Like, what am I doing? Running my own museum here? Holy smokes, it's sad. It's really sad. It's because that's what it is. It looks like I'm running a museum here. It's like, yeah, except I'm not getting paid any commission to holding on to this stuff, right? So sometimes you gotta sometimes you just gotta biff it out, you know. Um, yeah. Well, I mean, I even have the floppy disk for Fox Pro 2.0, right? Um, you know, like I got stuff every. I mean, I have access databases. I mean, access. You know, that's a very questionable whether you even call access a database, but whatever. You know, I have so much stuff. And I even have but I do have a USB floppy drive, which you can plug into any computer and have floppy disks to do the installs with. Yeah, I got all the toys. Yeah, you bet. Because there was no way I was throwing out them hundreds and hundreds of floppy disks without a way to install them. Anyway, I did mention this on the last one as well. There's a couple really old games. I ran into a guy at a store, and we were chatting about the channel and stuff like that. And he was asking, like, you know, can you, like, there's a couple of really old games we used to play back in the day. Can you bring those back? And I'm like, oh man, I don't know. Like, I'd have to probably set up a DOS box and blah 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 and some other stuff. Anyway, I'm going to try some experiments this year. We may do some retro streaming this year. We'll call it the retro. We'll call the series the retro series or something like that, where we play some retro games. Yeah, that might actually be fun because, again, 2025, I'm going to have at least some more time on my hands. I mean, you know, I am taking care of my parents and stuff like that. But I will have more time on my hands again. It won't be as crazy. Yes, summertime comes and I got to do stuff outside and stuff. But yeah, overall, we should. It should be more like 2023 and not like 2024, because 2024 like was pretty crazy with the operation and then the moving and then the crazy selling and then someone buying the house underneath my feet and blah blah blah. But yeah, that's all the things we're gonna do. What else do I need to make these crazy things? How about you go back to the first page on this thing and read the label? Okay, cool. That's a good idea. You need circuit boards, which is why you needed the Craterium wire. And you need 10. Only 10? Really? And okay. Like, is that all of it? No. You only need 26%. So how about you show me how many I really need? Okay. Well, as soon as I find how many of those I really need instead of the lying need, is it on this page? Okay, circuit boards, here we go. So I need 40 of those. Who's using all them? Who's using what here? Go to item. So half of them are almost half are going to computers, high-speed connectors, and then 10 of them are going to the roboballs there. Okay, fine, cool. So we do need 40 of these. Okay, so we'll get on to the next row. Take that. We have this crazy pillar here, so I guess we should put like a pass-through row. Let's try not messing this up this time, and actually get this in the right spots. So this is going to be the row here. This would be the center of that machine there. Let's put it somewhere around here, and then we'll do that. Okay, 40 of you guys. Is what they tell me I need. Let's make that happen. Yeah, stop playing with the power poles. Okay. 40. We're not doing normal circuit boards, are we? No. We're doing Craterium circuit boards. There you go. Look at that. Yeah, because you're getting like 8.75 a minute out of them suckers. You betcha. Okay. Well, we need 40 of these. So Sure. 1, 2, 3. Let's just double check that to make sure we like the spacing. Oh, yeah, I like the spacing on that. That's really nice. Do not put this up against that. You know you have to line it up with this. Right? Yeah, that's exactly it. Okay, flip this guy around. Can we share a line on this one? No, not at those numbers you can't. Okay. Answered my own question. So, it is what it is, Chief. Okay. Well, let's get this done. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then this guy has to come in here. Okay, somewhere's in here, like, is it like that? Is that centered? No. Gee whiz. You know what? I'm going to check the next one too. Yeah. Come on, back up one. There you go. Yeah, give me that. Thank you. Turn that way. Okay, yeah, we'll take that. Wow, that's some pretty harsh clipping there, Max. Are you gonna be okay with that? I mean, that's in there pretty far. Like, I mean, you know, we want these tight together, but I mean, that's really tight. There, okay, I'll take that. Sure. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3. Then this guy is over by 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Making sure I don't lose my spot here is what I'm doing. This is the pillar. I didn't leave myself a very big drive-through here, did I? I guess I could have been a little more nicer to myself here. Look, I didn't even leave myself one block of space here. Maybe we'll take this row and back it up by 1. I mean, this is being way too generous of a space through, but yeah, it's fine. And how many of these did I need? I need 40. 16, 32, yep, 40. You need 40 of those, Max. Are you all good with that? Talking games. Any chances you're going to do the Civilization series? I used to love playing those games, but time no longer is my friend. Yeah. I've never played the Civilization games. I'll be honest. I own them. Turns out, like I said, I bought a bunch of games. And turns out one of them I bought was Civ 6. Another one I bought was Anno 1800, and I think I also bought Anno 2409. But it's, again, yeah, time is not really my friend. Well, my time was definitely not my friend before. So not to say I wouldn't, but at the same time, not sure if I can. So, you know, it's just one of those things, right? Is that okay? So there, put that note there. 1, 2. Okay. So yeah, yeah, the Civ series. It is something I did buy. I actually own it because I seen it the other night there in the list. But not sure if I'll get time to play it. In fact, one of the things I do got to do this year is decide what games I am going to play this year. I think is what I got to do. And not to say, Satisfactory, of course, very important. One of the games I will play this year coming up is Factorio, Space Age. That'll definitely happen. Mr. O, I hope it's all good in the neighborhood. You betcha. So Factorio Space Age, I will play in the new year. Yes, Happy New Year, of course. And I guess, but besides that, now Prison Architect 2 is another game I will play in the new year. Yes, I mean, because we were supposed to play it this year, and then they canceled it, right? And they decided they were going to do this really huge redesign on the whole game because they didn't want another City Skylines 2 flop on their hands, right? So I will say when they do put it back on sale, because because I had bought that game in advance and they refunded my money and everything, right? So I will say once that game is ready to go, I did one too many. I only needed 40. Aren't you just excited there, Max? Yep. So you don't need this one. So once that does happen, Prison Architect 2 is another game I will put on the channel. Of course, I have an entire Prison Architect 2 series on the channel already with my crazy mega prison, and I look forward to being able to do it again in Prison Architect 2. So I will do Factorio, Space Age. I will do Prison Architect 2. I would like to get the rest of the achievements for Dyson Sphere program. When I'm going to be able to do that, not sure. But I do want the rest of those achievements. And of course, we're working our way through. I'm working my way through Satisfactory at the moment. So that is going to happen until at least we get to finish this. And Satisfactory is one of them games where you just got to kind of pick it up every once in a while and play it. So, I mean, I'm sure I'll do that. Okay, so let's get some of these guys down. We need 40 of these guys. So let's draw these out. I've left myself a really big... Well, I accidentally left myself a really big road here because I was being too cheap. All right, so there's 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6. I have seen Francis's DSP playthrough. I mean, well, Francis is always epic in what he builds, period. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I think he's got, what, 50,000 going through at the moment? Yeah, I mean, his series. So the one thing I always liked about Francis John's playthrough in the early years was that he was really good at instructing people how it is he did it, right? That's why I really enjoyed his early years of his Oxygen Not Included series. His Ani series, now I had played Ani before John got into it, but his Ani series is really what made me step up my game, and because he was so good at giving you all the instruction on the little parts, it made it real easy to follow, and that was awesome. The only thing now is that he doesn't do that anymore. So, like, now he plays, like when he plays Oxygen Not Included, he does these mega build things, but a lot of it is not explained as well as it used to be, and that's a little unfortunate because, you know, the average everyday player may want to try some of that stuff, but will never do that because they're not going to take the time to try and figure out the intricacies of how he just made some crazy machine work in Oxygen Not Included. And I mean, he built some pretty crazy things, right? But, you know, like his Rodriguez, like in the early days, he explained out the Rodriguez oxygenator. And, you know, like the settings for it, right? So I know like the top settings is like 120 and I think the bottom settings is 240. And he used to explain and set that all up on camera. Now he just does it. So, I mean, and that's fine for those who know how to set up a Rodriguez oxygenator. But if you've never done one, you have to go hunting for his really old stuff to do that. So it's the same in DSP. You know, he's done some really awesome things. I love watching him. Don't get me wrong. I love watching his builds. But you'll never but unfortunately, he's kind of lost the instructional part of his video, and now it's just more of a playthrough, right? Which I guess is fine, right? It's, you know, it is what it is. But Francis John, I watch all the time. Yeah, like especially when he's playing Oxygen Not Included or RimWorld, I'm definitely watching that. I don't watch his DSP. I do watch his DSP stuff, but I don't watch it like religiously, right? So like I'll pick up a video here and there. And again, it's just because he's just building stuff that I have built before, just on bigger scales, right? Whereas I still kind of learn at least a few tips and tricks from his RimWorld series and stuff. So that's why I enjoy that, right? Yeah, well, that is the big thing, right? You know, it's, you know, bigger, better all the time, right? You know, like one of the things I watch on the odd occasion is Zomboid, Project Zomboid, right? I watch Drunk on Life. I watch a couple of others, Atomic Duck, right? Playing Zombie, Project Zombie, right? And you know, like Build 42 just came out for Project Zomboid, right? And that's fine, right? So like the first week, all the big names were just playing it, right? Playing it raw, right? Seeing what they could do, seeing all the things. But now it's like, okay, now they're playing it on hard mode, this, that, right? And it's like, okay, right? But yeah, but in one case, you really don't have much choice. Because if you don't step up the game, I guess, if you want to call it that, well, then, you know, people stop watching, I guess. I guess is the way you'd have to look at it. Or people tend to get bored. It's kind of an unfortunate, because these guys are really good at playing, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. What the heck am I building? Am I building? Oh, yeah, I'm building the circuit board, you goof, right? This is your 60 Craterium wire, and these are your circuit boards. Yes. Okay, good. So let's set these up for circuit boards. Craterium circuit board. There we go. Okay, we'll copy paste this all around. Now, of course, another thing that we're going to need for all this wonderful build is more plastic and rubber. Yes, we have plastic and rubber. I was going to say, these didn't paste, did they? Okay, there we go. We're gonna need more plastic and rubber. There's just no way around it. So in the far back corner, though it's not done yet, I have been slowly working on setting up a whole new set of plastic and rubber production, because we need it. Because that's a thing. So in the far back, well, here, I'll finish pasting these, and then I don't know if I've actually got it set up yet, or if I've just begun the setup. I can't remember. It's been a few weeks. And keep in mind, I was sick for like 5 weeks with that crazy pneumonia, and I'm still working through this bronchitis stuff. So really, a lot of stuff I've done just in the past month, between the moving and stuff, the last couple of months, is very little, but I have tried to make a little bit of effort on trying to get a few things set up. Okay, so we got that done. Where we got the car at? We'll have daytime here soon. Wow, I really did park the car up. Anyway, I mean, we got Craterium wire machines ready to go. We've got the 40 machines for the circuit boards ready to go. What else am I going to need for these crazy things? Let's me flip back to the original page here for a second before I jump in the car. So that's Craterium. Oh, computers are next. 100%. Really? This thing's going to use all the computers. I'm very surprised. All the computers are going to be used by you. We don't use computers anywhere else. That's kind of weird. Sure. 10 manufacturers are next. Sure. I mean, I'm fine with this. Well, okay, I say that, but what am I doing with it? Yeah, Craterium computers, circuit boards, rubber, and Craterium. Okay, yeah, I am fine with this. Oh, what a beautiful morning! Look at that. That's how it's done, people. That's how it looks right there. Now this is a good morning. Look at that. Can we even get some like high up shots? We're gonna lose the color here in a second, but yeah, that's beautiful. I love the orange glow in the morning. It's just beautiful when it comes up, and it's like, yeah, everything's all gone. Nice, cool, orangey look. Okay, I have 5 people that like watch gaming. You, Charlie Pryor. Yeah, I enjoy some of Charlie's stuff. Yeah, Charlie tends to play some of them offbeat games that that he really enjoys, right? Biffa, yeah. Real Civil Engineer, I do enjoy on the odd occasion. It all depends on the game he plays, but I mean, it's like everybody else, right? And the only one I don't really know is Provis, the very last name that you mentioned. I know all the other names, but the last name I don't know. I may have to look that one up. Real Civil Engineer, I really enjoy when he, like when he was doing the Metro Rail series and some of that stuff. And Biffa's just entertaining for City Skylines. I mean, Biffa's City Skylines mastery is crazy, right? So I really enjoy that. And really, maybe that's what I should be doing. Maybe I should be more focused on just 1 or 2 games instead of the games I play, but it's just the way it is, I guess. We're going to take a quick rundown here. We'll take a quick peek. We'll come back. We'll throw in 10 new manufacturers to wrap up this this part of the one here shortly. But way back here in the back corner, you got 33 gas. Do you get enough gas for this? Probably not. He's on the dark type of things, but definitely entertaining. Well, you know what? I will look that up just to see. Because again, like I said, all the other names I know off, right? So. Like I said, Biffa's. I love it. I love his series on fixing maps, especially City Skyline 2 maps. I really enjoy his videos on that when he takes other people's maps and he fixes them. I really enjoy that. I think that's a really great time. Yeah, it's probably a good idea that I'm actually running down here just to see how far where I left off this oil setup. Because it will have to come into play here soon. One of the things I'm going to have to do after we get Tier 3 up and running is I've got to... Yeah, so I'm actually doing the test setup now. Oh, good. I actually did some of the setup. Charlie, one of the things that was really big on his channel was Prison Architect. And he actually was given the preview game. He was actually given the preview game for doing tutorial videos on PA2, but then that was before they just canceled the game outright. Well, they didn't cancel the game. They decided they weren't going to release it, and that they were going to redesign it so as they could reset it all back up. And fix all the bugs that were with it. Because there was a lot of underlying slow structure in that game, I guess. And they knew if they released it before Christmas that they were going to get a lot of blowback like they did with City Skylines 2. So I will give it to Paradox on that. Paradox made a good move. They said, look, we're not going to release the game now. We're going to take it back. We're going to fix the bugs. Not only just fix the bugs, but fix the speed problems. And then go from there is what they were going to do. And I think that was an excellent move on their part to do that. So as you can see, I've actually been busy in the background. So we have the beginnings, the testing set up here for some oil. And this is where we're going to actually build some more rubber and plastic production. Will be down here so as we can get that up and running. Another thing I will have to do, though, is I will actually have to set up more power. we're doing fine for power at the moment, but we won't be doing fine for power soon, right? So I will have to do some power setup and all the things. So yes, as you can see, as much as it's been a very busy time, and I actually have been quite, I was quite sick there for a month, and then of course, the 6 weeks I had to use for moving and stuff. We are actually getting stuff done. But yeah, I am looking forward. I will definitely be looking forward to Charlie's playthrough on Prison Architect 2. Because he will be the one I watch for Prison Architect 2. He built some pretty crazy bases. So I'll be looking forward to that. I think, I don't know, but I think Francis actually played PA1 one time as well, but I can't remember if he did or not. I want to say he did play it once, because he was going through his big checklist there of top games and something like that, and he was doing this side piece of playing all these games. I was pretty sure PA1 was on that list. So I'm sure he did one playthrough, but a lot of those games he did in like 3 video episodes. He kind of just, again, he didn't play them with a lot of detail, which is, I wish he did, because he's so good at that part. And he's kind of lost that bit of touch, so, but I can understand, right? Sometimes you gotta pick the battles you want to pick. All right, 10 manufacturers, computers, things. You need computers and things. Well, we need computers and things. All right, so that's going to be this row here, and let's say, well, we can start these out here. In fact, we can start these kind of around here, right? Do you think that tower is going to give me that much hassle? Let's hope not. Is that what we're hoping for? Is that really your best awesome guess? Okay, so that's going to be that row. Yeah, I guess that's the guess you're going with. Sure. I'm going to sneeze here in 10 seconds. Okay, there was the sneeze. Luckily, I hit the mute button just in time. Okay, there we go. Let's get 10 of these down. Uh-oh. You ain't got enough plastic, and plastic is not in the list. You're a bum. Okay. Well, let's go grab plastic. Sure. I need about 400 plastic. With a lot of things on the with a lot of things now on the portal boxes, I don't usually use manual boxes anymore. So this is, I got to admit, I'm not quite sure where all my I don't know if I have plastic here anywhere. Oh, there it is. 246. 600 will be just fine. Thank you very much. I will take it. Okay, back over here, and let's get these 10 machines set up. And these will be the computers that we need for the funky round balls. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, everything else is on portal boxes, right? That's why everything's in purple except for plastic, because I got everything else running on portal boxes. So, yeah, no biggie, right? That's 3. And there's 4. And 5. Okay. We'll just fly up here. Flip, flip. Are you serious? You missed that? Dude, what are you doing? All right, there we go. Okay. What am I leaving? 1 or 2? I don't need to leave that much room, I don't think. Let me have a look. Okay, that doesn't look lined up at all. Did you just, like, literally not guess that anywhere? Like, are we not even trying nowadays? Holy smokes, man. That's terrible. Give me that. Okay. Just do it this way. Yeah, that'll do. Looks right. Yep, that looks good. Okay, there we go. All right, 5 on this side. We're good to go. Okay, there's 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And why is there 6? There shouldn't be 6. Why did I put 12 down instead of 10? 2. Get that out of the way. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You can't count, dude. Holy smokes. Been that long of a day already? Whatever. All right, so there's our 10. There's our 10. And yeah, let's get these. Craterium computer. Copy that. Let's get these pasted down and in. And then we'll make our way back to FICSMAS to wrap that up. Of course, the 25th of FICSMAS, on my last stream, I was wondering where the rockets were. Well, when you know, because of course I did that stream on Christmas Eve. Yeah, FICSMAS Day was Rocket Day. And of course, once I had the rockets out of the advent calendar, we were able to do things like set up rocket production. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's head back to base. So we'll now leave the space elevator garden here to its own demise. Well, we're just leaving it for the time being. Yeah, here we'll just make a quick stop here. We'll have a quick peek over. Yeah, you know what? Let's go back this way for a second. All right, we'll go back this way. I am also, like I said, I am also going to make a few phone calls here about the streaming quality. I am very surprised about. Like I said, I see frame rate drops all over the place, but I will check into that soon enough. All right. So let's head on up there. We'll take a big gander of the new additions that we've now just made to the Space Elevator Garden Factory. And there we go. All right, so now we've put in that whole new section, Craterium ingots, which makes the wire. Wire, of course, is going to have to grab that. We're going to have to grab the ingots for that from these 400, which I haven't put them all down yet. And he just killed everyone as there was no penalty. Oh, Charlie is somehow... wait a minute. I did... And he just killed everyone as there was no penalty. Right? Yes, that's true. I remember that. Yeah, Prison Architect. Well, like I said, I have a playthrough on the channel. I actually did Prison Architect on the channel. It's probably been a couple years now. No, same internet provider and the same package I had before. And in fact, it's supposed to be even, they even gave me this newer modem. So I'm going to double check on that. But you know, it is like the new neighborhood and stuff. I'll have to call them, see, you know, just to get things checked out, see what's going on. You know, it is what it is, right? But yeah, at least I can see here, like it's, you know, what the KB bit rate is that it's trying to push. And yeah, I will say it is struggling on some of this here. So anyway, we'll see what they got to say about it when I give them a call. Yeah, so anyway, I do need a lot more copper production. In fact, copper production has to go all the way to the back of this platform. I think, what is it, 400 copper? 400, let me have a look at it here. Page 2, I was pretty sure it's 400 copper. Copper ingots, 420 refineries for all the copper I need. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's just a few copper ingots, people. It's no problem. So 420. I'm pretty sure I don't have 420. Well, there's 120 over here. That's all the iron we need there, and that's 120. These have 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. Yeah, so we only have 105. I got to do so many more copper. Like literally, like I could probably run 3 streams of me just building copper, and it's going to be very boring, but it has to be done because you need over 400 copper. Maybe I'll try and do something in the blue printer too, just to maybe help me speed that process up. But yes, that being said though, Of course, so I do have to put in another 300 refineries for copper, but that's all right. That's fine. And most of that copper will be used right there. And then, of course, those are for the circuit boards. These will be for the computers. And then we'll take the computers and the circuit boards and the plastic, which we'll bring in that new factory. And that will do the last part of phase 3 as we set that up. Now, of course, what is the goal, right? Well, the goal, just to kind of give everybody a reminder, because I really haven't talked about what the goal is. The goal is to be able to make 5 nuclear pasta, 5 sculptors, 5 AI expansion servers, and 5 ballistic warp drives per minute, right? Constantly, a constant 5, right? And so even after the space elevator is completed, the goal is to be able to shove 5 nuclear pasta and 5 of the sculptors, servers, and drives into the crusher and get tickets, because we love tickets. Tickets are awesome, and that's what we're gonna do. If we were just building a factory just to do the space elevator, I would not be doing this kind of factory, right? But we want to be able to constantly produce 5 of each, so as we can stick them into the ticket machine and be rich, because I like being rich. It's going to be awesome. So that's what we're doing. Now let's go play with a... oops, she fell off the wrong side there, dude. Car's right below you, right? Sure. He says, where's the car? There it is. Let's head back to the FICSMAS factory for one more time before FICSMAS actually officially ends here in the next day or so. Right after the new year, of course. And we'll want to make sure we get to see the final piece of FICSMAS. Now, of course, as mentioned, 25th was Rocket Day, and of course, since then, I have built the components needed to actually do the FICSMAS rockets. So this, so now on this map, oh darn it, whatever, dude, get out of my way. So on this map, we now actually we'll have more than enough rockets to do celebrations whenever we want, right? But we'll head back here. You got no gas. Well, guess what? The gas station's right here. Wow, is that ever lucky? I know, right? Like, you literally have 1 gas left in the tank. Gas. Yay, us. Good job. You know what? We'll take 3. There we go. Now, I do have gas back at my main backup base, but we'll take that just to be sure. There we go. All right, Jamie, you have yourself a good one. I'm glad you and the family had the good Merry FICSMAS, and we'll talk to you in the brand new year. So you take it easy. I'll have to get back to that in a minute. All right, we'll get back over here to the factory and see what's going on over here before we get started. Little bit of a drive back as we leave the space elevator factory behind us, and we head back over to the supply base to wrap things up for the day. All right. The water's nice and calm out here. There's no snow. All right. All my pickup of concrete everywhere. Because one thing you're doing when you're working your way across the world is concrete, a lot of it. And of course, we haven't even started towards nuclear yet, right? So, man, that's another whole build. 2025, people. There's a lot to do left on this map. And 2025 is going to be a busy year. All right. Here we are. We're back at the supply base. Of course, the supply base just supplies all the basic materials. You know, plates, motors. It does do heavy industrial frames. Not very fast, but it does do them, right? Snow. It does snow. But really. Oh, yeah, and of course we have the gingerbread truck because that's a thing, for sure. Here, we'll have a look at the advent calendar just because we're here. As you can see, we have some decorations up and around. Of course, so the 25th, of course, on the 25th, we got rockets, and that's what I will probably do for the 400 and some refineries. It's just that I didn't have a big enough blueprinter to really do the refineries at that kind of scale until more recently. So it's kind of the thing. Their blueprinting is kind of, well, it's kind of wacky from the start. We already know that. But it's almost like it's behind the times, like especially for those who like to build really big bases. Like I kind of need like I kind of like need stage 4 blueprinting here in stage 3 to do the builds I'm doing. But anyway, yes, ta-da! You betcha. Look at this, rockets, people. Oh yeah, we got rockets. So yes, for the 25th, of course. We got the rocket production, and I did set up the 3 chains of rockets. These, of course, are the sparkly fireworks, and then over here on the other side, we have the other 2 sets of fireworks. Looks like they're still making some of these. Probably not a surprise. Yeah, so these are the sweet fireworks, and I'm trapped in here. Let me get over the other side. And these are the fancy fireworks. Are you guys done yet? You're getting pretty close to being done. Yeah, good. So let's grab a few fireworks here. We'll give them a test drive, right? Because that's a thing. No. Really? I don't have a plunger? Yeah, I knew I had a plunger. Where's my plunger at? Oh yeah. Press R to reload. Fancy fireworks. Do. You betcha. Yeah, well, I mean, there are some pretty crazy blueprint builds out there, right? Here, we'll just throw down a few fireworks, test these out. I love the label on there. That's awesome. Yeah, there we go. Do. And we'll just put a line of these down. It'd be perfectly fine to celebrate to end the ending of the stream of the things. Okay, sure. There we go. So with that, the FICSMAS factory is done. I was kind of hoping to get a little more time to fill in some of these holes. Is it the end of the world? No, not really. But I mean, and there's always next FICSMAS. That's the thing. I mean, the factory is functional, and it is making the final production chain of rockets. I just haven't had time to come back to this factory to double up on all these processes, right? So that's why the second rows are all not done, except for red. I think I started getting the second rows done on the red and blue balls, but I just haven't had enough time to come back and do these. That being said, if I do find a little time over the next day and a half to kind of come in here and just add more rows to these, maybe I'll even try the blueprinter and see if I can't try and blueprint a few of these in just to see if I can make that work as a test. All right, rocket time, people. Here, we'll even put up the sessions bar. Of course, I'm Max. This has been Satisfactory. We are working our way towards finalizing Phase 3 over in the Mega Space Elevator Garden, and I'll probably start hooking them up offline over the next few days. Of course, this being my final stream before the new year, I hope everybody's new year is very wonderful and successful. Of course, Ash, appreciate the sub. I love it when people hit the button, because then I get to see the cool thing come up on the screen. That makes me very happy. And of course, to Sanchez, what's up? I hope it's all good in the neighborhood. To Sanchez, to Jamie, to Mr. O, to some of the others out there throughout the year, of course, Noko and a few others. Just know that I'm, you know, I know we don't always see everybody in the chat at all different times, but just know that I still think of you guys out there very much. And of course, I thank all recent subscribers that hit the button as their names are going to the bottom of the screen, and of course the live chat. Let's hit the button on this. Boop. Oh yeah, cause see, we do fireworks. We do fireworks here. That's a thing. That is a thing. That's right. Yeah, we can do fireworks here all we want. That's right. Boom, baby. There we go. So, with that, I'm going to go off, have a bite to eat. Boom. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, put that down there. Yeah, put that down there. I'm trying to... boom. Yeah, it's the FICSMAS logo. It's very cool. Anyway, we have the FICSMAS. So the FICSMAS factory is working. Of course, everything is running really well. Like I said, I will build it up and some stuff. Of course. So big thanks to everybody, and I hope everybody gets to have a great start to their new year, and that even though this year was a little bit rough for me, it was still a good new year. It was still a good year. You know, it was a hard year, but it was a good year. And so even the hard years can still be good years. It just means sometimes you got to work a little harder at them. So with that, thanks everybody for hanging out and doing all the things. I will see you all right after the new year on the next one. Take care.